Oh, wonderful. Great. Oh, and can you tell me, schedule-wise, this is at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11
Yes,
o'clock,
the
12
first
o'clock?
one, number one.
Okay, okay. So pretty much 1 hour on each, and you can go a little bit later, sir. Second one. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. We have lots of chairs. Okay. Put one here and put one there, and everything's going to be great. Do you need help? Oh. Where should I be? I'll be here. I'll be here. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's start. Okay. Let's go back. You planned this. Do you need help with translating? Would it help to have a
Cháu
translator?
có hiểu thầy nói không? Có cần người dịch không? Con hiểu. Con hiểu không? Khi
Yes.
nào không hiểu thì sẽ bảo nhé. Vâng. She understands and she won't tell me if she doesn't.
Okay.
It's just go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Don't be bashful about telling her if you.
Don't worry, I'm here to help.
Okay. All right. Wow. Now, you are playing so beautifully, right? You're careful and you've planned every sound that you want to make, which is really good. Now we want to make it sound like you're not planning, right? To make it sound like you're just having a good time, you know, right? Right? And so, how do we do this? Tell me what is a Polonaise, first of all? Okay. Modern. Moderato. No. Okay. Yeah, it says moderato. Yeah, that's okay. That's right. That's right. But what is a Polonaise? You know, it's romantic. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Is it a song? Like, could I sing this song to you? You know, it's a romantic song, right? I can sing it to my wife. Right? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Okay. Actually, I think there are some parts of it that can be like that. And this one is very sad, so I might sing it to my wife when I'm happy and she hugs me and she says, it's going to be okay. Okay, but the Polonaise is actually a dance, and it's a kind of a big dance, right? This is, you know, like we can go dance and do all kinds of things, but this is you know, the legs go up and people, you know, pick up their partners and, you know, big motions in the Polonaise, okay? And so I can imagine when you go bum, 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 you have this dance, right?
Yeah.
But dum, bum, 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 up go the legs, up go the skirts, and the, you know, the fabric goes everywhere. Okay, try that. See if you can give us that. And then suddenly, in the third measure, it changes, you know. And during the time that Chopin was alive, the very rich people lived in big mansions and, you know, had big parties and things, and then there were the peasants, right? And a lot of people felt like this isn't going to last very long. Right? Okay. This is, you guys are living in a dream, and this, you know. And then we had, you know, just before this, we had the French Revolution, the American Revolution. 100 years later, we have the Russian Revolution. All, essentially working to change that part of it. And so, in this piece, you've got that dance, and then in the third measure, it's like thinking, we're going to lose things. We're going to lose things. Good luck. Right? And here, you and I are going to have to trade a lot. I'll get exercise that I need. And you get to this. So this needs to flow to there. Without this, and then so from a practical thing, you and I, when we're practicing the piece, we have to leave this out first. Feel how that goes. And then we put it back. Let's see if I can do it. See what I mean? Okay. I want you to do that. Leave that out so that you can make a beautiful line that goes over there. You can hold me, you can hold this version, but don't shake it, okay? Don't go, don't suddenly become angry, okay? Have always you can use that sound, that big sound, keep it a little bit. More, yeah. Nice. Now, can you take the same tempo? One, ta, ti, ta, ta. Pretty good. Now, what you want to do here, set your hand on top of mine. Just actually like, boom, like that. Okay, now you can feel exactly what I'm doing. You're doing this. Okay, because you have to do that. You have to plan, right? But we want to have, stay a little closer so you don't have to slow down. Okay? That's it. I like that you're pedaling rich. Make sure the chords change. Okay? Ready? Yeah, that's your timing. Do that once again. Now do that from here. Okay, and we're still going to leave that out. Okay, Just a little cry. Okay, here we go. Good. May I try one more time? I want to try this pedal because. There's a very small adjustment. It's a very easy adjustment. I can turn off the camera now. Uh-oh. They took away the adjustment. They've redesigned the pedal. Oh no, it's up here. Okay, well I can't reach it now. All right. Well, I don't want to mess with it. When's the last time you had somebody come and work on the piano while we were... Okay, so when you use a pedal, this is my map. Okay, this is a map of the pedal. This is where the pedal normally sits, and when you press the pedal down with your foot, it goes down to here. Okay, so your foot goes from here down to there, squeezes it all together. Okay, usually from here to here, nothing happens. Right? There's a little plate. There's a little space there. Nothing changes. Nothing.
No.
And then here, you begin to bring the dampers off of the key. Okay? And then down, once you get to here, the dampers are not on the key. Okay? Like here's on the string. So my damper is here, and at first the damper gets light, right? And in the end, it doesn't matter whether the damper is here or whether it's here. It's not touching the string. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay. Right now on this piano, this is up here. So as soon as you touch the pedal just a little bit, it starts to bring the dampers off. Okay. Now this is not a bad thing. This is not terrible. Okay. And on my piano at home, I can get down there and fix it. I have a Steinway too, but it's got a different design for the pedal. Okay? All right. I mean, we can have it fixed by now. Okay. But this has all the stereo things and all the, a bunch of other things, and I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to mess with the piano. So you have to be very careful. Try this. Play. Yeah. Touch. But barely touch. Now, here's the exercise. I want you to do this. Here's the exercise. And you should do this exercise when you practice anyway. Watch my foot and listen carefully. You hear that? And now it's all over. You try that. See. Don't touch the pedal first. Right, start with absolutely no pedal. And then start with no pedal. Wait. Start with, take your foot off the pedal. Yeah, right, okay. Start. Okay, can you start there? Don't let. Now, very gradual. Too fast. Listen, this. How many times can I do this change? Okay. How many different levels can you get? Try it. Too late. Okay, so about 6 or 7 of those you could really hear, right? Okay, good for you. All right. So you notice that as soon as you touch your pedal, it starts to change. So you have to be real careful. And when you're changing the pedal, leave your foot up. Leave your foot all the way. Most people think that we pedal with our feet. We don't. We pedal with our ears. It's all on how you listen. Okay, all right. Now comes the one that now it sounds like a song. Okay? Start again from here. Oh, just one more little thing. I noticed when I played my chord, it sounds differently from yours. When you play this, I'm going to show you a little exercise. Okay? Yeah. that sensitivity, your fingertips, means that you don't have to play this. Yes, good. Do the hands together. That's right. Good, go ahead. Especially in music like this, your melody be even louder. Okay? That's right. If you ever travel, if you go to some train stations in Europe, have you ever done that? No, someday you will. And it's very beautiful, it's very funny, but there's a bad side because there are people who will come up and they're begging, right? And and they don't just say, "Excuse me, can I have some money?" They get up in your face and they say, "Look at my child, she's dying, she has no food," you know, and they're really up there and complaining, okay? And I'd like to see if you can have a little of that sadness in the he'll learn his notes. Even though it's piano, let it this is piano, maybe pianism, right? But really helps it make them cry. You try that. But even more right now. Even more. That's it, right. Now you have a good teacher, you've been shown how to do good things, and you know how to do this. So, when you want to, let me do it. When you're trying to play louder, you want to get a good sound, okay? You kind of use your whole arm and don't get too banging like that, okay? So keep doing that, okay? Because the better your technique for making that sound, the louder you can play and still sound good, right? Because if you go to that, it won't. Yeah, right. Elephant tusks. Okay, just do your right hand. Only the right hand. Oh, yeah. Can you cry to us a little bit more? Yeah. Pretty nice. Now, the first sound is this falling one. Sounds very sad, right? I can't imagine a more sad two notes. And then it reaches up, That's right. So I'm sad, and I'm telling you, you're my good friend, and I'm very sad about something. And then I reach over and I grab you, and I'm like, listen to me, okay? And so there's a visit. I'm sad, and reach to them. They're the ones, right? Okay? Your audience. Let's try that. Just your. Let it be the elephant and not the tusk. Okay, here we go. Yes. Yeah, I think you can do the pedal change. That is nice. Okay. Now, play your left hand very quietly. Only the left hand. Is there, what's sad in the left hand? Okay. Okay. Here, there's something else that's sad in the left hand. Two sad people. That's it. That's it. Listen, let's do this some more. Let's see. Oh, look. Wait. Look what he does. Listen, we have, and then we have, and then, wow, so the left hand is really sad. Here, you play. Go ahead and do this again. Just the left hand. The hard sound. Okay? Just keep going with just a little. Only left hand. Sharps. Normally, we see that in flats, but we see it, we recognize it right away. All right. You know, it's interesting. You hear how beautiful your left hand is? You didn't know some of those things were in there. Wow, really amazing. Okay. Now, you're at a place in your life as a musician, right, where you're playing really, really, really well. And when you were young, like how old were you when you started? 4 years old. Me too. Yeah. All right. So when you and I were young, you know, we could play the left hand, we could play the right hand, and then we just play the hands together, and it's all right. We never had to. But now, as you get older, you can play the hands together. But most of the time when you practice, you're gonna change things, right? You'll play them slower, a bit faster, and you'll go back and play the hands separately. Often. Okay? Not just like once. Okay, my teacher said to do it. I did it once. Thank you. Check the box. Go on with your life. But you can hear how beautiful that was. Okay? And this that you did several times was very beautiful. This was okay. You were finding, you were kind of finding the notes. You want to play that left hand so that it makes sense, right? All the way through the practice with that. All right. Let's add the right hand back. And you can listen now to your left hand, but really sing out with it. Together. Now we're going to play together. Yes. Okay. After I just told you to play separate. Here's a place where when you do the hands separately, and back. So it still feels. Now the last thing here is that, excuse me, you and I, when we play, we have to think really every note. We have to know one after another exactly what we're doing. But we don't want to feel that way when we're listening, right? And you don't want to feel like you're in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. You want to feel like it's in 3 and in 1. 1. You may have to practice to do that, right? Because that's a little faster than you were playing.
No, we're gonna try.
Okay, I think you should try, right? And I'm asking you to go really fast here, right? So this is your protection bubble. This means you're safe. You can play all the wrong notes that you want, all right? Don't worry about it. Get that feeling of style. You can play the right notes later. Places where you're going to have to go, go back and play slowly, right? And do this technical work. But now you always want to have a sense of like, where am I going with this piece? Like, what do I want it to sound like in the end? And then we go back and we do all of our small practice and make sure to turn on the metronome and move it up a little bit, right? To help get the technique together. By the way, another thing that you learned when you were young, we learn things when we're young. And then we have to learn that they're not true, right? Like Santa Claus, right? Yeah, we all have Santa Claus when we're young. And then we realize, oh man, I guess it's not. But actually life is better than Seneca, don't worry. And this is better than our old rules. Right? So you play a high note, and the low notes are quiet. Right? The low notes are quieter, the high notes are except now you get older, you get wiser, right? You have more sensitivity, and you realize that sometimes it's not true. Right? I can play, like, we can play something here. Now, I'm just going to make up a melody. Did you notice I got louder? But it makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, why? The answer is here. The answer is harmonies are getting more intense. Right? And so here one more time, then we'll go on. The note goes up, but it doesn't make sense. It's actually better. Don't try to play loud on the high note. Yeah. Right. Okay. And you know what a cello round means? It means get faster. Okay. And you notice he writes in a cello round here. He goes one, right, and this, and now twice as fast. And then so it's like it's excited, or it's sad first, and then it kind of gets carried away. Okay, try this one too. Right, excellent. Let's go ahead. This is another place where you know what you're doing. You say, well, maybe you've worked this out with your teacher. It's like, okay, you're going to go a little slower here, a little faster here, take some time here, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, and I do this too. We all have to do this, right? We all have to go through this process of figuring out what happens in each place. But in the end, we end up with this Frankenstein kind of. Do you know what Frankenstein is? You know who Frankenstein? What's it?
Frankenstein the vampire?
Yeah, Frankenstein is the monster that he
yes.
You know, he hits a head from this person and the chin from this guy and the brain from this guy, and and in the end it's kind of this weird thing. Right? And so when you work on something like this, take away the extra notes.
I took away all the grace notes, right? What you try to just play it kind of ordinary, pretty but ordinary. No, take that. Go ahead, sure. That's it. That's right. I'm doing it once again so you're comfortable. So you can do this with just your right hand only. So now you're going to go back and then okay, one at a time. don't try to do everything at a time. Okay, hang on a second. No penalties. Again. Don't bang. That's it. Beautiful. Thank you again. Now we're going to sneak in. Okay, you can do this. That's it. And we have to do this. We have to do this work, okay? And that's how you work. But you see, you just solved, you can do that technique right now. Congratulations. Yes, you got it. How long did we work on it? What? No, we worked on this for maybe 1 minute. 1 minute. We've been here for about 45 minutes already, you know, but we were just worked on this for 1 minute. This is what's really cool, because you can practice this for a month and finally got it, right? Or you can practice this for 1 minute. Like, how fast do you want to learn this piece? 1 month or 1 minute? Okay, so that's why when we take this apart and there's just one little tiny thing like this, and now you have a new practice tool you can use. Without the grace notes, without the turns, just everything that all the notes that are written, and then you add them in one at a time. You can practice the little tiny pieces of it. Okay, all right. Let's see. I want to go to the middle. Here we go. This part is newer for you, isn't it? Yeah, because I was sitting here listening to you, and it's like, oh man, she's got this really well worked out. This is fun. And then when you got to this part, I thought, okay, that's your new part. That you just learned that. But let's do a little bit with it. Okay, go ahead from here. Left hand so much, right? There's something cool about this. This and the B, right? This is all one chord. It's all the same chord. And then the chord changes, right? I'm going to put some of these already circled it, so I don't know what to do. I'll put a square around it, okay? Right? Then you'll see there's something different. So we're going to go from B sharp to C sharp. Now, you and I are having fun. They're out there looking and saying, he's doing theory, you know, analyzing. But actually, we do. Actually, the theory, if you use theory right, it makes it actually really beautiful, all right? It really helps us. but sometimes we're taught theory. We have to learn the basics first, right? Before we get to that. When you've already set up your chord, you don't have to keep telling us. Now, one of the things, I'll bet you feel this. One of the things I remember about being a kid is my mom would tell me to do something, right? Your mom tells you to do things, right? And then she tells you again, she tells you again, she tells you again. That bothered me. Oh, stop it! I know, I'm gonna do this. Leave me alone, right? Okay.
Always
Right.
still.
Of course, yeah. I have to try to keep myself from doing that with my own daughter, right? Okay, shh, just leave it alone, right? But once we know the chord, you just need to keep listening. Keep showing us the chord over and over. But when the chord changes, oh, I missed it. It's here. Sorry. I circled this one. This is not the right. You hear what I mean? Right? So it makes much more sense. We need this one too because it's a different chord. You try this from the beginning. You can try two hands together if you want. Yes, good. Now I apologize. The pedal adjustment isn't exactly right. Okay, George, play from here only the left hand, so you can really listen to how beautifully you change chord. Change pedal. Don't forget that one. This one's important too, right? We're gonna do it once again anyway. Again, remember, don't keep showing us over and over. Once you get this sound, just let it blend. More. Yes. That's it. That's it. Okay. Got it. Now there are two things you can do. If you want to make this, if you want to make sure we hear this, right? Because you want them to hear how beautiful these chords are, right? And this. Now I could play them loud. Okay, right? But maybe I don't have to. Instead, I could use clear, right? So I could talk to you this way, like really fast, and I'm talking really fast, and I'm talking really loud. Maybe you understand me, maybe you don't. But if I talk like this, you understand every word, right? Okay, so we're gonna have. Take a little time and make it really clear. Yeah, that's really good. One more advice that I have here is when you play this, stay here as long as you can. Because your foot is trying to catch it, right? And if you play this really short, you know, it's like catching a bird that's flying. You don't need to hold it for just a second. Stay. That's right. You make it clear by staying, by changing the pedal all the way, and
giving us time to hear and be clear. Bravo, how we doing? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. We're going to stop. Bravo, you just learned a lot today. Congratulations. You did really well. Good job. You were wrong. Can we take a photo? Yeah? Okay.